Wow. I bet you tipped your drug dealer better than you tipped the
I didn't have a
waitress.
drug dealer.
Oh, that's right. You just drank.
I just drank.
Well, how much would you tip for a Budweiser?
Much different, because in Brooklyn you'd want to give more because they used to have the buybacks. And what a buyback is if you buy two, the bartender would give you the third.
They don't do that here, though. Yeah, it's old school.
It's old school. It's called a buyback. And I remember when I went to Florida and I was drinking in Florida and I had ordered 3 beers and I was like, nope. Where's my buyback? And they're like, what are you? They looked at me like, what are you talking about? So, yeah, I tipped the bartender very nicely.
Okay.
Why not?
Because at Denny's you tip 10%. That's
well, no, it was a mistake. I was talking about the guy on the couch that would tip 40 cents.
Okay, so math
would
is
go
your
with $4.
Well, Dr. Coe, it's been a real pleasure having you here tonight. And
it's been a lot of fun.
I hope you can definitely come back and tell us some more serious sides of what we're talking about. We're obviously having a lot of fun, but we really appreciate your insights.
Well, I've enjoyed it.
And you have 2 new clients.
Yeah, right. maybe more.
Yeah, maybe more.
And Mick, once again, where are you playing again?
I'm at the Parlor tomorrow night in Hollywood, which is about 2 blocks west of La Brea on Melrose. And I would like to say goodnight to Katie, Liam, and Megan.
Wow.
Who are listening right now.
That is a lot of women.
That's it.
Is Liam a woman?
Liam's my son.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was going to say.
In case they wind up looking this up when I get older and like, let's look at the radio Dad ruined.
I'm like, I've just got Amy out there, guys.
I got my parents. No, and Melissa.
This is the new one?
She's listening.
And it's going to be on the internet forever.
She's actually a great girl.
You know, the stuff on the internet never goes away. That's
I know.
What else were you going to say?
Right? Melissa is...
Make a prediction about the outcome for Charlie Sheen so we can play it back in a year and see how right or wrong you are.
Oh, this is
good. My prediction for Charlie Sheen in a year is that he's in a loony bin.
So you think he's going to be...
He's going to be 50... What is it, 5150'd?
Yeah,
I think he'll be committed.
For how long?
I don't know. What are you? I'm not Karnak. What are we in? Johnny Carson? 6 months.
6.
What is Charlie Sheen stay at rehab?
6 months.
No, but Melissa, I just want to say, Melissa, an amazing photographer. So if anybody wants a photographer, now you're
right. Judah, don't go to Denny's with Judah though, unless you bring at least another 80 cents.
Another 80 cents.
You're gonna be very embarrassed.
Who informed me just now, by the way, that we got cut off on the internet again? So we got.
Oh, really?
We got some.
That's terrible, but it saves you.
It saves me. No, she heard this part.
Well,
she said back on.
She'll hear it on YouTube.
Yes.
So yeah.
Anyways,
Sorry,
getting back
Judah.
to Dr. Coe, who's got a very similar name to the famous country singer David Allan Coe.
That's right.
But no relation.
People always ask me that. Yeah.
Are you the famous country singer?
Right, John Smith.
Yeah, or
just like Jack Smith.
No, that's a little bit of a different name.
It's like Coe. Whatever.
I'm not from the South, from your area. I'm from Brooklyn. I never met a Coe before.
I guess you grew up in Baton Rouge, right?
I was born,
Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Yeah.
On the bayou?
But your family certainly is not from
My family's
Louisiana.
from New England. I went to school in New England for 8 years.
So you're Cajun then, growing up in Baton Rouge, right?
Well, not really. Not really. My family was from New England.
Have you ever seen a Cajun that skinny?
A raging Cajun. I would love to have seen you as a kid.
I haven't checked. I weigh the same that I weighed when I graduated from high school.
Right.
Yeah.
You do have now that after you said you do have a little southern, not southern, but you do have a little bit of the accent in there. A little bit. Yeah, it comes at the end.
And I speak slowly. Yeah.
I thought there was something. Yeah. So never mind. I wasn't going to say a joke. I feel bad. I might need Dr. Coe.
Here you opened yourself up to him and see what he did.
Yeah. What a shame.
Is that how you? But you guys are both from. You guys. I'm guessing you guys met.
Yeah. I was going to graduate school at Tulane, and then I graduated.
Great school.
And I was working actually with Dr. Coe and another doctor for about a couple months.
That was New Orleans.
Yeah, and then I went off and worked in a variety of psychiatric hospitals throughout the Gulf South. And I came back and started a company with Dr. Coe. So, and we had psychiatric hospitals throughout the Gulf South.
Where do you live, Mick?
Studio City.
Studio City. You got to come down and visit the KLEAN Treatment Center.
Sure.
You know, and I say this because I don't work there, but it is. And I was telling this to Dr. Coe the other day. It's like it's in the middle of West Hollywood, and when you open the door, it's literally like walking into the secret garden. It's this place in the middle of West Hollywood that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's a really cool place. We were really lucky.
And
to
I'm not
find
saying
it.
that. I'm not getting paid to say that. I have no horse in the race. Just the place is amazing.
Thanks. I appreciate it. It's been a lot of hard work, but it's a really cool place, and we're doing some really innovative work there. So we're excited about it. And
It's not just how it looks, but it's what goes on.
No. Well, that's what makes it also probably more.
Well, I think you feel an ambience when
Yes,
you walk
you
in.
do. You feel it's a very serene feeling. It's and I
Well,
said
it's a therapeutic community.
You got any Bob Marley velvet posters on the wall? Anything fancy?
we have some very unique paintings.
Yeah.
Elvis crying? Anything
No
high-
Elvis crying, but
anything
you
high
know
class?
We need some more art too.
what? Yeah, actually, we have some coming.
Do we?
Yeah, we do. We have a whole collection of art coming.
From
Actually,
who?
kind of exciting. From a local artist, we're actually going to be doing sort of installations.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's going to have numbers on it, like 200.
No, one of the things that's cool about what we do at Clean is we always try to like mix up what's going on, and we're sort of like I like to try and sort of show that it's not just about getting sober; it's what you can do once you are sober. So we have sober people on this show. In the rehab, we're going to actually have sober people, like artists, bring their work and put it there, and then come in and talk in our alumni group, and also in groups that go on while you're staying there about how they got sober and how they can still do their art even though they're sober now.
Well, I think that's something that
Well, and
Sorry.
people think that their creativity is going to go out the window when they get sober. That's not the case at all, is it?
No, not at
I
all.
mean-
But that is a giant fear.
Yeah, but really, people do better once they're sober. Life is a lot more fun.
Well, it's such an unknown too, and I know we're
But it's
running
an
out.
unknown,
Yeah,
you're
we're,
right.
we're running out of time too. But you mentioned that love and compassion earlier, and I won't speak for anybody else, but that's a foreign feeling when you go very low. You don't even understand how to feel it or what it is. It's almost
Exactly,
unrecognizable,
yeah.
as is the feeling that you will receive when you get on the other side and you start to live sober, and you realize just how clear and conscious you actually are, and what kind of access you have to your creativity, whatever it is.
That was very profound.
Hey, look at that. You guys make a great
Right?
couple.
It's like
You guys, this should be, but you should.
What?
$1.50, $1.50. You got 300. You guys are good to
yeah,
go.
but
It's
what
a
would you tip
tandem.
'em?
$45.
Here's 40 cents, kid.
$45.
15%. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
$300. I've already.
Right on the money.
Yeah.
15%.
Yeah, 15%.
Right, I'm supposed to have to bring out his like iPhone for that. Like, my therapy tip calculator.
No, remember, I can't. If we're gonna go with the whole, I can't count.
Let's not make too much light of it, because he said something that was really serious. And
Which is Jason wants a tip. No. No, you're right. It was very serious. Though.
yeah, and and I think it illustrates that people don't think that there's another life after they're sober.
I think most people don't think
Yeah,
that.
and that they can't even begin to connect with people with the empathy and compassion that people are trying to offer them. It just doesn't get there.
Also, I think that a lot of people have primary psychiatric issues that have been going for a long time that they self-medicated with. So they don't have any part of their life to look back on and say, hey, you know what, that's what I want to get back to.
Right.
Right? That,
Yeah.
they don't have a positive example of
They
who they
can't,
could
right.
be
Yeah.
prior
Yeah.
to them actually getting into a full-stage addiction.
Yeah, because
So-
they had a childhood that showed them no hope.
Everything for me when I got sober was new, and it was terrifying.
Yes.
I mean, asking a girl out was like, I didn't know how to do it.
That should still be terrifying
That,
for you,
it
Judah.
is still terrifying. It's
That's normal.
but because I didn't have those formative years, when I was 16, I didn't learn how to do what
Oh, yeah.
my social.
You have to redevelop.
Yeah,
Yeah, and all the development that you missed because you were intoxicated.
and it's terrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, I went back to college in sobriety, and I remember. I mean, I used to chase my professors around college. I wanted them to grade my test right away because I could not take I was scared to death. I
Yeah.
thought every test I was going to fail,
Right.
and it wasn't the case.
It was 50%?
Now Dean's List. Very proud of that. But, it was one of those things, and I did it, and it's just like you getting up on stage and you doing this new thing right now. It's terrifying.
It is.
But
I
it-
also think early sobriety too is you view it as being as punishment. that you're being benched in the game of life.
Yes.
Right.
Like you said, like this is it. I'm done.
Yeah.
So I guess
Right.
it's just sit in the corner
Right. I've had a good
or
run.
drink myself
Right.
to death.
Right.
Yeah,
I've had a
it's-
good run. It's over.
Can't even
That's
fathom.
it.
Well, I really thought, with the 12 steps, I thought my fourth step was almost like, what do the Catholics do when they confess? And the fifth, the fifth step was my sponsor giving me absolution.
confession. Oh, absolutely.
And I thought I was going to be absolved of all my sins, and which wasn't the case. What I had to learn was it was just not sins. It was something I had done that I had to repair. But I really, when I first got sober, I thought, that's it. My friends are the 60-year-old men hanging out at the clubhouse in Brooklyn where I got sober. And
Did you ever meet Peter M. in Brooklyn?
Peter, did he have Peter Mailman?
No, he's got a bunch of speaker tapes on iTunes.
No, I never have.
Phenomenal guy that's out of Brooklyn, and it's just a guy I listen to all the time.
It's funny because when I was in Brooklyn, I used to get speaker tapes from people in L.A.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when I was first getting sober, I used to belong to this thing called the Tape of the Month Club, and they would send me tapes and tapes of great
Speakers,
of speakers.
All right, guys. Well,
Okay.
we're running out of time. It was a great show. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thank
Judah,
you.
once again, thank you for being my co-host.
And thank you for being my friend, Andrew. It's
You're
you
welcome.
don't know how much it means to me.
And I can't tell you. I'm waiting for your mother's review
Yes,
of your dancing.
yes. The one thing she told me last week was you look great in blue.
Wow.
Yeah, she said don't wear that.
We shoot in black and white.
Yeah, I know. Well, you can still see color though, as
In
much
black
as.
and white, you can see
Yes,
color?
you can see color.
Okay, that pretty much.
Oh no, it's the pictures she's referring to.
the picture, right,
The
right,
pictures,
right,
the
right.
pictures that we take after the
Anyway,
show.
thank you all for listening to KLEAN Radio, and please come back next Sunday between 10 and 12.
In the dope show, we're all stars now. In the dope show.